Now, what about seniors who own property? Could someone put a lien on their house or take their car away from them if they have a judgment against them?
States have different laws that protect certain amounts of equity or an interest you have in property. For example, so much equity in a home, so much equity in a car. Many states have what's called a wild card exemption, which means if it's not listed specifically, then a certain amount is protected. But let's say for a home, for example, typically if someone were to sue you and get a judgment, in most states, a judgment would become a lien on the interest you have in real property, which means land, like a house on dirt, okay, in the county where the judgment is located, okay? And the amount of the exemption depends on state. It could be 25,000, could be 50,000, could be 200,000, could be in California, probably 700,000. It depends on your state. That's the amount of equity you have in a home. But interestingly enough, if you have more equity than the exemption for your state, it is not the practice of consumer judgment creditors that sue someone and get a judgment. If you have equity more than the state allows, it's not their practice to ever take a person's home. They just simply don't do it, okay? And then if you own the home, for example, with a spouse and you passed away and the debt was against you, then if you own the home jointly with your spouse, the home would automatically transfer to your spouse. The judgment disappears because it's only a lien on property you own. And if you die and you no longer own that property because it transfers by operation of law to the survivor, then the judgment doesn't mean anything. So seniors who get judgments that have a home don't need to worry about their home being taken. And the same thing with cars. I've been an attorney now, 46 years, probably filed 30 or 40,000 bankruptcies before I started helps. It is simply not the practice of consumer judgment creditors to go after property other than try to maybe garnish a bank account, which is protected as we explained. So even if you have a car with some equity over and above the exemption for your state, they're not going to go after it.